Two men were shot and killed in Hanover on Wednesday night. Two men were shot and killed in Green Island, Hanover on Wednesday night. Dead are 56-year-old vendor Ellsworth Foster and 35-year-old Romaine Jones, otherwise called Juvenile, both of Green Island. Police say at around 10 p.m., the men, who were in the town center when they were pounced upon by a gunman traveling in a white Toyota Mark X motor car, who opened gunfire hitting them. The police were called to the scene, and the wounded men were taken to hospital where they were pronounced dead. Man killed in St. Anne hit and run. A man was killed in a hit and run on Draxhall Main Road in St. Anne on Wednesday. Reports from the Ocherest police are that about 11:45 p.m., the man was attempting to cross the road when he was hit by a motor vehicle that did not stop. He was taken to the hospital where death was confirmed. Investigations continue. 10 Cubans found at Chon Hotel ordered deported. The 10 male Cuban nationals, who were charged with illegal entry after showing up at a hotel in Trelawney on Saturday, December 30, 2023, were ordered deported when they appeared in the Trelawney Parish Court on Thursday. The illegal entry charges against them were dropped. They have since been taken to the government facility where they are awaiting deportation. Reports are that the Cubans were discovered around 2 a.m. on the Excellence Resort property. The court heard that the men were headed for Florida in a boat which drifted into the Jamaican waters during turbulent weather. After the Cubans were spotted at the hotel, the police were alerted. Upon their arrival at the hotel, the cops took the men to the Falmouth police station. They were later taken to the Falmouth Public General Hospital before being taken into custody. 7 charged in beating of 14-year-old girl offered bail. 3 women and 4 minors, who were charged last month with the beating of a 14-year-old Clarendon girl, were offered bail when they appeared before the Clarendon Parish Court on Thursday. The adults, 52-year-old Pauline Hugh Smith, 36-year-old Fionn Millwood, and 22-year-old Amanda Anderson, were granted bail in the sum of $1.2 million each, while the minors, ages 15, 16, and 17, were offered bail in the sum of $600,000. The 7 individuals were seen beating the 14-year-old on a video which has since gone viral. Reports from the Mapen police are that the teen was on Allen Street when she was ambushed and beaten by the group, rendering her unconscious. The men were later charged with the unlawful wounding and assault occasioning actual bodily harm. Senior citizen perishes in house fire in Trelawney. 77-year-old Vincent Hayden, a caretaker of Barker District, Duncan's Trelawney, died as a result of injuries he sustained in a fire at his home on Wednesday. The Rabina police say about 7 p.m., residents saw smoke coming from the 3-bedroom dwelling and summoned the police. On arrival of the lawmen, the charred remains of Hayden were found among the rumbles. The scene was processed and the remains removed to the morgue pending a post-mortem. The police say investigations are ongoing. Carbar charged with murder. Detectives assigned to the Portmore Criminal Investigations Branch have charged 20-year-old Michael Tracy, otherwise called Carbar, for the murder of 50-year-old Dina Griffiths almost a year ago. The incident took place along Long Lane, Portmore Village, in St. Catherine on February 3, 2023. Tracy was charged with conspiracy to commit murder, possession of a prohibited weapon, and unauthorized possession of ammunition. It is reported that Tracy and another man pounced upon Griffiths and opened gunfire at her. She was taken to hospital where she was pronounced dead. On January 5, 2024, Tracy was arrested and charged following a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. Usain Bolt marks 1 year since losing $2 billion in SSL. A year after discovering that approximately $2 billion had gone missing from his account at investment firm Stocks and Securities Limited (SSL), sprint legend Usain Bolt says he's still holding firm. In a video posted to his social media account on Thursday, Bolt said, "Yo peeps, so it's been 1 year. Just want to know say me still there. Still a fight the fight, still a hold on. Always a go stay strong. You know how the country youth them do it." While he did not specifically reference the SSL fraud, the video was posted exactly 1 year after Bolt was alerted of the theft. The 37-year-old reportedly had a balance of Jamaica $2 billion, or US $12.7 million as of October 31, 2022. The figure plummeted to $1.8 million, or US $12,000, when Bolt checked his accounts after an ex-employee linked to the scheme reportedly alerted him on January 11, 2023. The multi-billion-dollar fraud and irregularities uncovered at the SSL last year January totaled more than US $30 million, or 4.7 billion Jamaican dollars, with more than 200 accounts impacted. Former SSL Wealth Advisor Jean Panton is the only person charged in the alleged fraud. Another man arrested after allegedly using false name in scam. A man was arrested and charged on Wednesday in relation to a suspected motor vehicle scam in which he allegedly claimed to be an assistant to Transport Minister Darrell Valls. Charged with obtaining money by false pretense is a 31-year-old auto mechanic from Jaxhall in St. Anne. He is being detained as the police investigate the full scope of the alleged fraudulent operation. Reports are that the suspect, claiming to be false assistants and identify himself as Mr. Reynolds, a customs officer, approached a Portland businessman offering the complainant an opportunity to purchase two 2019 Toyota Prado motor vehicles while asking for a payment of $2.5 million for customs duty and storage fees. The businessman subsequently contacted Minister Valls, who denied making any proposition. As a result, the police launched a sting operation, which led to the arrest of the mechanic when he reportedly attempted to collect the money. The transport minister, after learning of the latest suspected scam using his name, stated that 5 other persons contacted him with similar reports of being contacted by suspected fraudsters using his name. Based on the arrest of an individual last year, I thought that this matter was put to bed. I am now realizing that the mastermind is still at large. This is a very serious matter which will require the attention of all the authorities to get to the mastermind, and I am prepared to do anything in my power, including putting up a reward for the capture of this mastermind, Voss said, though he did not state the amount of the reward. They have fleeced millions of dollars over the last 2 years using my good name, and this must stop. I am prepared to do anything and to call on all authorities, local and international, to have this matter brought to a closure. This is an absolute disgrace where people are losing millions of dollars as a result of my good name, the minister added. In October 2022, a man named Sean Lotman was charged with obtaining money by false pretense and fraudulent conversion by using false name to con people out of more than $4 million. He pleaded guilty to the charges in the St. Andrew Parish Court and was instructed to make full restitution before his sentencing the following month.
I can confirm that I was notified of another arrest in relation to somebody using my name to scam people for money. What is worrisome to me is that since the arrest, I've gotten 5 phone calls from other persons who also have been approached by telephone contact impersonating me. I now consider this based on the arrest of an individual last year, where I thought that this matter was put to bed, to realize now that the mastermind is still at large. This is a very serious matter, which is going to require the attention of all of the authorities, local and international, to get to the mastermind. And I'm prepared to do anything in my power, including putting up a reward for the capture of this mastermind. They have fleeced millions of dollars over the last 2 years using my good name, and this must stop. This is an absolute disgrace where people are losing millions of dollars as a result of my good name.
NWC president and his wife to escape criminal charges despite breaching the NRCA Act. Suspended head of the National Water Commission, Mark Barnett, and his wife, attorney-at-law Annette Fraser Barnett, will not face criminal charges despite clear indication that they breached the National Resources Conservation Act, NRCA. In a ruling dated January 10, 2024, Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP Paula Llewellyn, said though the allegations against the two support the laying of criminal charges against Mark Bennett and Antoinette Francis Barnett for breaches of the environmental permit, which is an offense under the NRCA, the initiation of prosecution is time-sensitive and is having not been initiated within 12 months of the breach being identified, the criminal action is now statute barred. Therefore, they can no longer be prosecuted. In her ruling, the DPP noted that the report and investigation conducted by the Integrity Commission (IC) highlights the failure of the functionalities to treat with and escalate the observed breaches of the NRCE, and said this inaction conclusively barred any sanction being effect consequent upon a successful prosecution. The DPP was responding to an Integrity Commission report tabled in Parliament last October, which was submitted to her for a ruling. The IC investigation report concerned allegations of irregularities in the approval and post-permit monitoring processes in relation to the construction of a residential development by the Barnetts at 11 Charlemont Drive, Kingston 6. In his findings, the IC Director of Investigations, DI, Kevin Stevenson, concluded that building, planning and environmental permits required for the construction of the development, consisting of 12 one-bedroom units at an Upper St. Andrew premises, were issued by the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation and the National Environment and Planning Agency NEPA to Barnett and his wife. The DI concludes that Mr. Mark Barnett and his wife, Antoinette Francis Barnett, breached the building, planning and environmental permits which were issued by the KSAMC and NEPA for the development. The DI's conclusion is premised on the fact that the reference development consists of 6 two-bedroom units and 6 three-bedroom units instead of 12 one-bedroom units. The DI concluded that there was a clear intention on the part of Mr. Barnett and his wife to contravene the terms of the building plan permitted, which was issued by the KSAMC, said the report, as it was pointed out that in their another clause, which indicated that the Barnetts would retain ownership of 2-bedroom units and 3-bedroom units. Clearly, it would be a practical impossibility for the developer to have complied with both of the references clause, stated Stevenson. In his recommendation, Stevenson called on the KSAMC to take actions against the Barnetts and developer Philip Simmet for breaching the building permit which was granted for the development. After consultations with the Director of Corruption, the DPP is hereby alerted to the noted breaches of the applicable legislation for appropriate action in relation to the prosecution of any verbal offence as the DPP may determine, stated Stevenson. In the matter of the KSAMC, the DPP ruled that the body should conduct an administrative review in accordance with the provisions of the Building Act and decide if an invitation is to be issued to the police to conduct an investigation into possible breaches of the Act. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.